Looking for a dime. James Locke in the house, gonna help you shine.
Hey, welcome to the Poole Locke YouTube channel. I'm James Locke, and today we're going to answer some of the Ask James questions of the day. We have this question from Beth. She says, I'm worried about losing most of my friends at work. I spend a lot of time at work. I'm a bit of a workaholic, and I'm afraid to retire because I feel like I'll lose my friends. All right, Beth, I can certainly understand your concern about losing connections and friendships from work once you retire. For many people, especially self-described workaholics, work becomes such a central part of life, both professionally and socially. The fear of that void is very real. However, I've seen countless examples of clients who were initially worried about this, but went on to build an incredibly fulfilling retirement lifestyle with new friends and relationships. It's all about being intentional in cultivating your interests, hobbies, pursuits outside of work. So from an income perspective, one of the biggest advantages of a well-constructed retirement plan is the freedom and flexibility it provides. With your income needs met, through diversified investments and cash flows, you can truly invest your time into the activities, causes, and communities that energize you. And in doing so, you'll naturally expand your network and make new, meaningful friendships. For example, let's say you have a passion for volunteering, recreation leagues, continuing education classes, any number of pastimes. As you dedicate more time to those interests in retirement, you'll be surrounding yourself with other like-minded individuals. Bonds form through kind of shared experiences. Before long, you may find you have more in common with these new connections than with former work colleagues. Additionally, don't completely write off the work friendships you've formed over the years. While some relationships may naturally run their course after retirement, there are likely a few quality individuals you'll want to put in the effort to keep in your life. Start by scheduling consistent lunch dates, outings, or other ways to keep those connections alive, at least for a period of time. The strength of the friendship will determine its longevity outside of work. What I've seen happen organically is that some work friendships do fizzle out. As you noted, you realize you may have been work acquaintances with certain people without much else in common outside of the job. But the truly valuable friendships tend to endure, assuming you're both willing to make the effort. The other key is having a clear purpose and zest for this new retirement phase. When you're investing your time into hobbies, trips, volunteering, or passion projects that fill you up, you'll be too busy living life fully to dwell on what you're missing. Your perspective shifts from scarcity to abundance from a practical standpoint. Be sure your retirement income plan accounts for any social expenses you may incur. Travel to see friends, family, entertainment, club memberships, things like that. Having a buffer for these social costs can ensure you never feel restricted from investing in relationships. The bottom line is that retiring successfully is about living intentionally. Don't let the fears of what you're leaving behind cause you to merely exist in retirement. With a sound financial plan and zest for exploring new interests, you'll forge new friendships and connections that breathe vitality into this phase of life. It just takes an open mindset. So have some faith, Beth. This transition brings the gift of reclaiming your time and energy. Use that gift wisely to invest in the relationships and experiences that truly light you up. The friendships will follow. It's a great question. If you have a question you'd like to have answered, email it to poolelock@poolelock.com. Let's move on. We have a question from Alice. She says, my advisor has never asked about my goals. He's only asked what our needs are in retirement. So I'm not sure if he actually gets it. Alice, is a valid concern. If your financial advisor has only focused on covering your basic needs in retirement without deeply exploring your goals, hopes, dreams for this next chapter, retirement planning is about so much more than just making ends meet. It's about funding the life you envision living. A good retirement income plan should optimally be built around kind of three core goal categories. Have goals, the basic living expenses, healthcare, things that need to be covered no matter what. Do goals, the active pursuits, hobbies, traveling, volunteering, that you want your retirement life to encompass. And the dream goals, the bigger, more aspirational goals like second homes, legacy planning, entrepreneurship. If your advisor has solely concentrated on the have goals and not thoroughly understood your do and dream ambitions, then they're missing a critical piece of the retirement income puzzle, because those goals require substantially different investment approaches and spending strategies. The have goals are straightforward. Those are your essential needs that can largely be met through very conservative, income-focused investments like bonds, annuities, relatively low risk, low growth, but reliable income production. However, the do and dream goals require more proactive total return approach to investing for growth to fund those aspirational lifestyles. More equity exposure perhaps, alternative assets, higher risk return profiles, because you can't just invest for income alone and realistically afford dream retirement levels. Homes, startups, things like that. An advisor truly aligned with your best interests will push you to clearly define those do and dream ambitions. Then build an investment plan allocating specific capital towards making those possible through diligent growth and risk management over time. For example, let's say your dream goal is to purchase a vacation home in 10 years. Your advisor should analyze how much that will realistically cost in the future, what growth rates are needed from your investments to accumulate that sum, and how much risk you can prudently take on to potentially reach that goal by the target date. It's a totally different investment approach than just parking money in income assets. Now, that's not to say advisors should completely dismiss basic income planning. There's still a need to ensure your basic living expenses can be covered reliably through income generation. But the mark of a truly skilled retirement income planner is threading the needle between those reliable income streams while still earmarking and actively managing growth assets to fund your aspirational goals. So if your advisor hasn't dug deep to quantify your do and dream ambitions, it's a fair criticism, right? They may just be plugging you into an off-the-shelf retirement income model versus crafting a truly customized, goal-oriented plan. I'd encourage you to revisit this conversation, Alice. Don't be afraid to push them on how they'll invest in service of your bigger do and dream goals, not just your basic have needs. Because you've worked hard to be able to afford your ideal retirement vision. With the right plan in place, you can absolutely invest in making that lifestyle a reality through prudent risk-taking and growth. Hey, thanks for the awesome question. As always, if you'd like to send in your question, you can do so by emailing them to poolelock@poolelock.com. And if you like what you heard, please go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. I'm James Locke, your retirement income source. See you next time.
Money on my mind, looking for a dime. James Locke in the house, gonna help you shine. Retirement is near, don't you live in fear. Listen up, my friend, let me make it clear. Savings in the bank,